I'm Brooks Braley. I'm 17 and my art form is graphic design. To me, graphic design means kind of a way of expressing myself and the information that other people want to be expressed. There wasn't really like a certain point where I started. My dad is a designer, and so I've kind of grown up surrounded by posters and books, but I really started taking it seriously when I was around 14. My dad told me about a poster competition, and so I made a poster for that, and I started to really fall in love with it. I think a lot of people might not know that I really enjoy photography. I think it's a bit like design, and I like thinking about it kind of in a more abstract way, because a lot of design is thinking about things abstractly. I always try to start with sketching. I feel like pen and paper is where my best ideas are, and then I'll start working on the computer, and I think sometimes that's when you realize whether your idea is good or not. Sometimes I'll print it out, hang it up, and look far away, see if the form looks good, see if it's a strong composition or not, and then just do a bunch of different iterations and see what I like and don't like about it. I design a lot of posters for bands, both of my own and local artists around Lexington. I feel like music really inspires me. I think probably around like half of my work is related to music. I just love trying to represent something that you can't see. I mean, it's auditory, and when you try to visualize it, it can be really challenging and interesting and fun to see what you can do. My band is called Kudzu Mountain. We're kind of a trio indie rock / indie pop band from Lexington. I'm really proud of a lot of the work I've done with my band. I've designed our single cover and album cover. I think a lot of the process when I'm making music posters is figuring out what the style of the band is. There's so much that's said with the poster. Finding a way to represent the music visually is really fun, and I think it's kind of a challenge in itself to figure out how to, first of all, advertise for the band, and second of all, make it a piece of art. I think you can learn a lot from working with other people that you don't get to see when you're doing stuff on your own. It's kind of like being in an echo chamber where, like, you know, you think an idea is good and there's no one else to tell you that it's bad. And I think there's a lot that you don't see on your own. It's been fun at GSA because there's so many people. And I mean, graphic design is the smallest art form, but you're still just surrounded by tons of people who know what they're doing and have interesting opinions. Mike has definitely had an influence with me for the pre-design process. Before we even start sketching or drawing anything, we're planning out what is it we want to make, why do we want to make it, how do we want to make it. Just a lot of planning with steps that I had never even considered. I think that's been really helpful. And with Rosanna, I think she's kind of made me a little more playful in my designs. We worked on making some block lettering, which is stuff I've never even tried to make, and it was really fun. And making, we get a word and we design a typeface that fits the emotion of that word, and I think it's been kind of expansive to my tool set. Physically, I think it's been a lot of fun to work on paper a lot. For the first week, we barely even touched the computers. It was all, cutting out magazines, cutting out shapes, gluing them, taping them, and I think that was really challenging to force myself not to use a computer at all. And creatively, I think that's the same thing. It's the limitations that you have imposed on you. That's kind of what shapes what you make. Outside of GSA, I feel like sometimes I just don't know what to do. I don't work at a design firm and I'm not assigned things, so everything I do, I have to make myself do it. I think it's tough to figure out, hey, what do I want to make? We're working for 10 hours a day in studio, and I think I would never be able to do that on my own, but when you're surrounded by people doing a bunch of art and stuff that they love, it's kind of contagious, it spreads. A lot of the fun in design is the process, is the sketching, then turning into the computer file, and then printing it out. Some things take, only an hour, some take weeks because you just can't figure it out. I think there are some difficult projects where you just can't it's like a puzzle. You can't solve it, and you got to take a step back for a week or two and just leave the project be and come back to it. And I think that's how I kind of work around art block or burnout. I think my goal in life is to make things that I myself can be proud of and that other people can enjoy, whether that's making music or making posters or designs or photography. I think there's something that makes me very happy about seeing other people happy and also feeling accomplished with myself at the end of the day.